trying to figure out things tonight. I don't, shit. You know, a lot of people try not to figure shit out, you can't change the world. Bullshit. You can figure shit out, okay? If you're stuck in a room, I'm going to figure out how to get out of here. That's a great fucking idea if you need to get out of there. Sounds like a plan. You'll never change the world. You never will. Okay? There you go. You'll never change the world. Limit yourself and you'll never get it done. You go sit down, you'll never change the world. You just sit down and let watch the rest of us change it, okay? You'll never get out of this room, and you never will. Sit over there in the corner. We'll get out. We'll come and get you out later, unless you don't ever want to come out because you've already put yourself in that room and can't get yourself out of it. Okay, I can't tolerate you too well, and I can't work with you too well. It's almost like working with Orakai. You guys have become like that. Now, I was sitting there watching that Narnia movie the other day with the one kid Eustace, and when he turned into a dragon and he finally changed. I'm like, it took him to turn into a, because I was like, man, I think after I got in that painting, after about 3 days or so like that, I start coming in line, believing these people and helping out and being cool. The kid was driving me nuts. I'm like, how stupid can you be? Oh my God, but people can be like that. I mean, they can see these miracles of these truths and then they still keep going in that direction. You're just like, how? This is just plain asinine, you know? Like when I talked to my sister and my brother-in-law about the thing when I was in Eckankar and they were in Christianity. Christianity is not a religion. It's a math analysis of all being most loved, but it's the good news. It's the tidings of great joy. All people are Christ. All people are most loved by the Creator, the Anointed One. All people are created, so all people are God's children. That's what Jesus is saying. That Jehovah is God of all. It's basic math proof. It's real simple. You can't argue about it. It's non-negotiable. Islam is different. A Muslim submits to the Lord's Prayer, can live the Lord's Prayer, and will live in precept and live the Gospels. So Muslim, you have to submit to the act of living the Lord's Prayer that was laid out by Jesus, so you submit and understand that we're all Christians. If you deny that we're all Christians, then you're quite irrational. You don't believe in God as the Creator. You don't believe in the totality of omnipotence and omnipresence, and you're not a Muslim, and you're a Christian, but in name only because you're too ignorant, arrogant to see Islam. Now, Rastafari is the Rastafari union of all these tribes and the union of it and the understanding of he's reunifying because the movement that we know as Islam did not unify because they created dissension and war between the two sects. And so Rastafarianism came to the Rastafari movement, which he would consider himself a Christian leader and also a Prince of Peace is what Haile Selassie considers himself. You know, when the people said the things they did, I can't stop them from believing what they're believing. I am not in charge of a moment. I am not a religious movement. I am a messenger, and the people will believe what they want to believe no matter what I tell them, no matter what I say. That's what he was basically saying when they said, they're turning you into a living God. So like, I'm not a living God, and they won't be able to turn me into one. And I know this, and it won't be so, but they'll see me as the messenger, the Lion of Judea, and the Messiah, which he is, just as Muhammad said he was, and just as Jesus said he was, and all three men proved it. It's just basically they're able to prove it through the understanding of omnipresence. Pascal, you could see him as the messenger. If you go read Pennies and understand what he's talking about, he's a messenger of God. Saladin, from his hadith and the way that he is the same thing. At that time, he's the Messiah. He's leading the way. He's the head apostle. He's doing the thing that he's got to do to try to unify the faith and keep the example of how to be an apostle and a messenger of God and the living flesh form. So yes, Haile Selassie is, Saladin is, Pascal is, you know, he's living it the way you're supposed to. He's murdered before he goes through what we call his God spell at 39, before he's poisoned and he dies. And it's gone through the Gospels, and I understood it when I read the book of Daniel. I got nervous. So they're going to try to murder me and Barak too. Barak is one of the gentlemen covered about that. There's two men in the book of Revelation I talk about that lead with an iron rod, which is basically a microphone, and that they speak into a microphone, or that the iron rod is when we speak publicly, that we're speaking There'll be times when we speak into it's basically not an iron rod like, it's just that we lead through speaking. He's translating this, and they're translating it from a long time. They lead by the spoken word. Sword comes out of his tongue or his mouth, and and there's two of us, and one leads the way. And I knew it was the similitude of Jude and of Joshua, and that he had taken a position to lead the way. That he would. I knew he would spiritually. I knew it would be difficult for him, and a lot of people would judge him, and I knew it would be hard for him. And I prayed that I'd be able to be put out in harm's way for the target they had put on him. I know he's been kept fairly safe, but I still worried about him, and I knew he would lead the way. And I've recognized him as one of my best friends and one of my brothers historically and figuratively in a relative and molecular sense. And that thing's of a similar spirit because of the way that the genetic splicing goes. And the relative and molecular structure goes, he's a lot like Joshua, and I'm a lot like Moses. So the affection that I have for Barack Hussein Obama goes deeper than I knew right away, And so the same things with the molecular structures from Will Smith. I mean, we've always felt like family, and it's weird. And I didn't realize what a significant, amazing human being that I am, but it's not because of me, it's because of the molecular group collective. I wasn't me, I asked, and it's God working through me. I just simply asked. I mean, I know you judge people by their deeds, and I ask now, praises goes, every time I've tried to sit there and think I'm pretty special, Jesus and Saladin and Muhammad kicked my butt. It's God working through you. It has nothing to do, well, I asked and I try and I do and I know. I just don't want any stupid, legendary, I'm an average man for a reason. I'm out of shape for a reason. I'm tired for a reason. I'm beat up for a reason. I whine for a reason. I cry for a reason. I suffer what you're suffering for a reason to let you know that I'm just like you. I may have some talents and abilities. I may be able to math equate most people off the planet, but I'm just like you. I mean, Michael Jordan plays basketball better. Jennifer Lopez dances better than a lot of people. Luther Vandross could sing a lot better than a lot of people. It's just what I do. I mean, I do it for you. It's not for me. Obviously, it's not for me. I've gotten treated completely shitty. I just want my kids to know that, Daddy loves you, and that this was something that I did for everybody's kids. And I thought any man in any sane, rational position would do the same. I told Mike this in Sierra Vista, that Jesus believed that any of the rest of you that are like me would do the same and step forward and be crucified for faith in God and not kneel to Caesar as a living God and accept idolatry and would stand for the real truth of Jehovah. I guess Jesus was the only one that did, but he asked everybody just led him to that day to do it, and subsequently the disciples did the same. So after that, I didn't realize that other people haven't done the same things that I have and probably might have been put in similar positions but didn't, and feared for their flesh more than they did the understanding of the cohesiveness and continuation of the Spirit, and that the Spirit is most important, and keep the Spirit pure so that the flesh might inhabit a better world. I didn't realize I was I thought other people would be as rationally as me mathematically, scripturally, and molecularly and relatively understanding. I didn't realize I was the one with the best understanding of it and able to practice it, adhere to it, and explain it to people without fear of flesh, for failure of flesh, and the restoration of courage of spirit. I didn't realize I was doing it. I was trying. I thought it was just a simple choice that everyone could make because they could understand the relative and molecular reactions to one another and the mutual benefit of the spiritual understanding of this and the molecular and relative understanding of it in a scientific term too. I thought if you didn't look at it in a spiritual and religious sense, that you'd look at it relatively and molecularly and mathematically and see the relative actions and reactions to it and see the intelligence in moving in this manner, and I didn't realize I would be the one to do it. And then I don't want any praises for it. I want all praise to go to God. I was coming in here trying to want to make deals, go, guys, just let me go hide in Silver City while you fix everything and take all credit for yourself but give all credit to God. Do you see what I'm saying? We the Rockefellers did it. We the Carnegies did it. We all that and got together. What I'm thinking and what's happening is a lot of famous people that are celebrity and things like that and positions of, and some people in positions of government and the military and stuff like that are trying to change this. Don't want the credit for it, but don't want to be sucked into it. It's the people that are behind the scenes that are doing things that want to take the credit, but it seems almost impossible for them to do so because there's so much evil stacked against them. They just might as well go all the way. I don't know how or what to do. I know that people will need the physical, scientific, and actual evidence, and someone that can live it, prove it, show it, has the mathematical sequences and abilities. That it's me. I get it. I have to be a public figure. I was trying to give it away. I'm just like, you hate me so much, just hide me. I don't need to meet Will and Jada and Jennifer Lopez and all these people I've been connecting to. Just let me be quiet. Just let me have my kids back. You guys go take all the fame, go on the U.S. Tour, but make sure you're fixing the world while you do it. Just, I don't have to come around and kick your ass. Just fix the world, make me happy, let me have my kids, and just let me just live out my life comfortably and loved by the people that I love, and no more of this extortion bullshit and trying to set up situations between me and my stepdaughter to make you guys where you can make me look bad, and y'all made me look real good in the process, and I appreciate the effort, but you weren't trying to make me look good, you were trying to make me look bad, and in the process it made you look bad. I'm not sorry it worked out that way. I'm sorry for you that you tried it and did it and wouldn't stop, and I warned you many times to stop, but that's your deeds and you did it, and I can't. I tried many times. This is what's happening. I'm explaining to you. You're crazy. You're right. I'm looking at it right here, and I'm explaining to you the entire sequence is the same way Herschel did to Hitler. And you guys are, Hitler laughed, shot him in the face, took him out, killed him, and then 10 years later he was in a bunker killing himself just like Herschel told him. I was telling you guys, you're going to do this, it's going to be publicly embarrassing, you should stop it, here's what you guys are going to do. Maybe, oh no, we're going to get away with it, we'll do this. You'll get away with it. You can get away with it, but historically, when things correct themselves, you'll remember it as this stupid jerk that wouldn't stop being a jerk and couldn't stop being a jerk. I mean, look at the general dynamics I'm explaining to you, and look at how you're not caring, and look at how evil you look. Please stop. I love you. Please stop. I love you. Stop. Say you're coming home. Gotta stop to love. I'm like, one day you'll discover I'm the one who loves you. Do you understand who I am in a spiritual sense? Can you understand the mathematical equations and the mathematical and spiritual sequences and the correlation of the scriptures in my life and the way this stuff is lived and the way I'm able to explain things in a molecular, relative, and scientific cohesion that makes sense and makes the sciences and the religions all blend together in a cohesive, intelligent, reasonable, functional fashion that works with the scriptures, works with today's science, and works with what's happening in the world. Can you comprehend and live this? I don't know how this stuff's going to work with me and the people I've connected to in the celebrity sense. My job is to bring down celebrity and show people that we all, a lot of celebrities do have some capable talents and can help influence and change the world, but they're really no different than you, but they do have influence to help guide people in a beautiful sense. I mean, you're no different than regular people, but you do have responsibilities, like the whole Spider-Man thing with his uncle. With great responsibilities come great responsibilities, so, please do right and be cool and have strength of character and realize that you don't have to give in to the temptations of all this stuff in Hollywood of screwing everybody and screwing each other, and everybody wants to screw you. That's just stupid, okay? It really is. I mean, the best thing in the world is a faithful spouse that adores you and you adore her, and she protects you and you protect her. I mean, that's heaven on earth, guys. One of these days, maybe I'll have it in this flesh. I've longed for it from the time I was a little boy. I thought I would. I know it's not. It's forms of heaven on earth, and it's these times and these places in time that we're given that I appreciate love so much. I know they're finite, but I love my Katie Bug. Daddy, I'll always love you, and Grandpa, I love you. And you robbed me of 9 years to 13 years of Patrick. and now a year plus with my other kids, and I would do it to save your children all over again, but please, can't we just get through this bullshit, and can't we get to the good part? I don't want them to look bad. I want Susana Martinez to be able to look good and correct herself and be a better human being. I want Newt Gingrich and Mitt Romney and on both sides of the fence. Hillary hasn't been the nicest person on the planet either, and been involved in the most, how do I say, scrupulous of deals or up and up deals and stuff. It's worked on both sides of the fence. It's been a little bit more on the conservative side where you guys have done wrong things, setting up irrational, fear-based things to set up borders and cut down migration and set up the conditions for illegal immigration and drug companies and cartels and stuff. It has been more on the right side who's been more on the wrong, the ones that consider themselves the right, the conservatives. It's just the way that it worked out because they use fearful conservative groups. It's just basically, just look at it historically. Hester Prynne and the Scarlet Letter, the Salem Witch Trials, the conservatives were the ones that were the slaveholders, and the conservatives were the ones that, you guys are the same way. I can't believe it comes out of my own family, hearing the things that come out of their mouths, all these Muslims are evil and we got to kill them all. Oh my God, guys, that's just, all Negroes are 3/5 of a man and stupid. And that's essentially what you guys are saying, and it's very cool. And I explained to you the more complete and intelligent understanding I have of Islam, and of that you're just crazy. No, you are. This is the truth. I'm living the truth. I see a greater truth because I respect all as best I can. I see when someone's acting crazy. I see the Muslim extremist. I know what they're like, but they're not all Muslim extremists, just like not all Christians are frickin' David Koresh and Jim Jones. You get it? Okay, guys, I'm going to go get some sleep. I hope this works for you. Man, I'm trying my best. This is the best I can do. Jesus and Muhammad were not gods, and they were always constantly running, hiding from the secular authorities that tried to murder them for speaking the truth. Jesus was beaten and crucified. Muhammad was chased. They tried to poison him. They tried to murder him numerous times. I mean, I'm just continuing a similar hadith that my uncles have faced in the past. And I'm very similar, okay? And I'm just human, and I'm doing the best I can. So I would like, I have to be a public figure. I would like it to happen soon so we can start fixing this. I know there's going to be a lot of irrational people that react crazily and violently, but I think it'll be minimalized if we mobilize an intelligent, cohesive unit, Middle East, Europe, America, China, everybody all working cohesively on this together in an intelligent fashion. I think I've proved myself to be intelligent and reasonable beyond a reasonable doubt. All right? I'll see you tomorrow. Blessings and peace.